The Rights of Women by Anna Barbauld. And this is on page 36 and 37. So let me get my pen out so I can mark in the book. Because remember, she's going to be checking your books tomorrow, guys. Yes, injured woman, rise, assert thy right. Woman, too long degraded, scorned, oppressed. O born to rule impartial laws despite. Resume thy native empire o'er thy breast. Go forth arrayed in panoply divine, that angel pureness which admits no stain. Go, bid proud man his boasted rule resign, and kiss the golden scepter of thy reign. And in our notes here, panoply, I think it means a suit of armor. It says that on the side. So I'm going to underline panoply, and then underline suit of armor, which is off to the side in the same color, just so I can remember that, and then switch colors. That angel pureness... Oh, wait, I already read that. My bad. All right, so stanza 3. Go grid thyself with grace. Collect thy store of brilliant artillery glancing from afar. Soft melting tones thy thundering cannons roar. Blushes and fears thy magazine of war. And then it also says off to the side, a magazine is a storehouse of arms. And I'm sure most of you guys, there are two of you, but I'm sure you guys know, magazine like a gun magazine. So stanza 4. Thy rights are empire, urge no meaner claim. Felt, not defined, and if debated lost, like sacred mysteries, which withheld from fame, which withheld from fame, shunning discussions are revered the most. Try all that wit and art suggest to bend of thy imperial foe and stubborn knee. Make treacherous man thy subject, not thy friend. Thou mayst command, but never canst be free. Awe the licentious, and restrain the rude. Soften the sullen, clear the cloudy brow. Be more than prince's gifts. Thy favors sued. She hazards all who will the least allow. But hope not, courted idol of mankind, on this proud eminence secure to stay. Subduing and subdued, thou soon shalt find thy coldness soften and thy pride give way. Then, abandon each ambitious thought. Conquest or rule thy heart shall feebly move in nature's school, by her soft maxims taught. The separate rights are lost in mutual love. Okay, so to go back and make a couple more notes. So back here in the third line of stanza 6. The third line in stanza 6, it says, be more than prince's gifts. And that just kind of makes me think of Jasmine from Aladdin. Because, she was supposed to be like a prize for the prince. There's a lot of space in these margins to write. So I'm going to underline that, and then I just wrote Jasmine off to the side in the same color. Okay, so starting with stanza 1, things that stand out. So this line here, "O born to rule impartial laws despite," off to the side, it tells us that partial means biased. So that line basically says, and again, I'm underlining this and then writing off to the side, and you guys can do it like with sticky notes if you want. Basically, women were meant to rule in spite of prejudice. Or at least the author believed that. Despite prejudice. Okay, so nothing really stands out at me again until stanza 4, when we have thy rights are empire, which is the very first line of stanza 4. So I'm going to underline that because that stands out with the thing I had already underlined before. For that, basically, it's like playing the theme game with the theme of the author believes that women were meant to rule in spite of male bias. And that's another thing to back it up. Let's see, like sacred mysteries, make treacherous man thy subject, not thy friend, in stanza 5. That's another thing to back up that same point. So this last stanza here is very interesting. Then, abandon each ambitious thought, conquest or rule, thy heart shall feebly move, in nature's school, by her soft maxims taught, that separate rights are lost in mutual love. Basically, this whole poem builds up the idea of the woman's right to rule, but it says, in the end, the idea of conquest is lost for love. Basically, you fall in love, and then what's the point? You don't want to rule over and crush someone you love beneath your foot. You love them. You want what's best for them. So I'm gonna just do one of those weird bracket things pointing off to the side, and then write, you know, love, not domination. And then that's all I've got for the first poem, guys.